Is everybody ready? We're good? Tamika, we good? We're good? Okay. So I call this commission meeting to order. First item of business is an invocation and pledge led by Ed Gibbons, please.
Yes, if you'll bow your heads with me, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and this great country in which we live. Please give us your wisdom as we do the business of the county. Help us make the decisions that are in the best interest of all its citizens. Watch over our first responders locally, in the state, the country, and around the world as they keep us safe. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Please rise.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next item on the agenda is acceptance of the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, move to approve the agenda with the exception of number 11, old business. We've been advised that that's not ready for public discussion at this point.
So we got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Mr. Chairman, before we get started, when I came in the back of the room, Mayor Dial was back there, and he said he may have to leave early. I don't know if you got to talk to him, but I know I got to talk to him. Charles got to talk to him. But he's back there, and he may have to leave early.
Okay. Would you like to make a few comments, Eric? We enjoy working
Thanks, Eric.
with you and your team, and I think we are able to accomplish a lot, being good partners and teammates. So thank you for what you do, Eric. Thank you, Eric. So there are no proclamation, no public hearings, so the next item is public comment. Speakers be given a 5-minute maximum time limit to speak before the Board of Commissioners about various topics, issues, and concerns. Speakers must direct comments to the board. Responses are reserved at the discretion of the board. Are there those in the audience that would like to come at this time and speak during public comment? Seeing none, I close public comment. What's the pleasure of the board concerning the consent agenda?
Move to approve the consent agenda.
So we got a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Item 11 has been removed, so item 12 is Mr. Mallon. Good afternoon, Phil.
Well, good afternoon, Commissioners. This is a nice opportunity to be in front of you with something a little different than what I'm usually asking for, and that is money.
Agreed.
Yeah. I believe all four of you are fairly familiar with this topic, but I was going to do an overview. The reason I'm before you is near the start of the Ashley Park Creola transmission line project undertaken by Georgia Power, they made a commitment to the community, Board of Commissioners, and the citizens to make various improvements in the vicinity of the transmission line. And they, at the time, didn't know what that would be. They said we wanted to do some landscaping, maybe some paths, passive recreation type stuff. And early last summer, can you put that presentation? Early last summer, they worked with staff for what would be some possible ideas. We looked in our transportation plan. That's what this slide is representing. Some of the project constraints were an extremely tight delivery schedule, and we quickly determined in order to make something work, we really needed to focus on existing county property. The idea of having to acquire land for this just probably would not work. We fairly quickly gravitated towards some existing county parcels near the intersection of Veterans Parkway and Easton Road. And the opportunity really that I'm presenting for your consideration this afternoon is what we have before you. Georgia Power is offering to design, permit, and construct what will be a pocket park, hard surface trails, soft surface trails, and landscaping along Veterans Parkway. After working extensively with our legal team and administration, we think that can be done through an agreement between Fayette County and Georgia Power. That's the agreement you have before you. As I stated earlier, all the work would be on county property. And upon completion, after we've inspected it and accepted all work, it would be turned over to Fayette County to own, operate, and maintain. The cost for this project right now is at $2 million. That is entirely paid by Georgia Power, and it covers all aspects of the project. A little bit more detail on what it includes. It'll be a hard surface trail made out of concrete or concrete products for an elevated portion. Be a little bit over 1,000 feet long. It's very intentionally designed that this trail segment, which I am hoping could become kind of a model of our new standard for what would become a much bigger linear park system across the county, could easily be expanded north or south. If that never happens, I think it has independent utility. It's a nice place to just go and have some quiet time or walk your dog. There would be a trailhead on Easton to make it expandable to the south. The formal entrance to the park would be off of Veterans Parkway. There'd be a small gravel parking lot of about 20 or 22 spaces. The hard surface path would all be ADA accessible. And as I said earlier, this idea of having an enhanced path trail system that eventually grows not just within the unincorporated, but into the towns and cities is something we're going to further explore with our comprehensive transportation plan, which will start in January. And if the public likes that idea, and then ultimately if the Board of Commissioners likes that idea, we're going to move more in that direction. And this could be kind of a sample of that. Other amenities that have some sitting areas and overlooks of the area. Envision maybe a few education stations talking about the value of stormwater or wetlands in the creek. We'll have some soft trails that could be used just to walk in, walk your dog, or bike on. And then somewhat independent of the pocket park, we're going to do some pretty significant landscaping enhancements. The existing roundabout at Lee's Mill, we're going to redo that landscaping with a lower maintenance material, match the ideas that or the designs you see near Trilith right now. And there's 4 large medians on Veterans. Each of those will be sodded. Right now it's kind of weed and grass sodded, and we're going to have islands of decorative grasses and some shrubs, all tolerant of vehicles or safety. We're not going to create any issues there. At the beginning of this, we identified a lot of hurdles, and those have pretty much all been worked out at this point. We've reviewed, and county staff has approved the design. We've satisfied erosion control requirements, watershed and stormwater. The last big step will be for us to do oversight during construction and assure that everything was built in accordance with our specifications. This is an image of that park. You can see in white that proposed roundabout. That's the one that's in design for Easton and Veterans. This is the trailhead on Easton Road. This would not be for parking, but it's really for when the path is expanded, to be a way for people to get in the park. This would be the parking lot off of Veterans. And this is that 1,000 feet of hard surface trail. What is not shown is where the walking trails are going to be. In fact, we're going to go out next week and kind of flag and stake those and put them in what we think are the best locations. I'll say this area, just a personal opinion, is surprisingly beautiful. I went in there a few weeks ago, and even though you're near a pretty large road, it has a very nice feel. Here's a picture of a typical elevated structure. I think this is a pretty good representation of what our system will look like. The product we're using for the elevated pathway is called Permatrek, and these are examples of where that has been used elsewhere in Georgia. Oops. That's just a typical section of what the elevated structure will be, and this is where it's on grade. The elevated was initially thought it'd be used to mitigate wetland impacts. Turns out we're avoiding wetlands for the most part, but it's needed for ADA compliance. If we go into the direction of this linear park, we want to have some consistent signs telling you where you're at, informational type stuff. Here's just an example of what people across the nation are using. There's some others. My goal would be to get consistency with our cities and towns, so a user of the trail system is used to the type of information we're providing as they use it. The purpose of this is to show how bike systems could be integrated in here. I also wanted to show the hand clearing, or how minimally disruptive the soft surface trail is. And what you see in red are an example of a typical bike stand and fix-it station. Just some more examples of similar type projects. This is an elevated structure in Atlanta. This is a path we recently built. You may recognize down here at the Chimneys area. And this is a soft surface trail. I believe, and there's a lot of research out there showing these types of path systems are important. They're becoming amenities in communities, and they have a variety of benefits. The landscaping along Veterans, this is what it currently looks like. Actually, one of the trees was recently damaged, so there's only 2 of them up there. This is what we're going to. The big advantage to Public Works is we're getting rid in this location of all grass. So it's just going to be this decorative grass. We won't have to mow it. These are the existing medians. They're the ones that are going to be sodded with a better ground cover and putting landscape islands across them. This presentation was made what feels like years ago, but steps 1, 2, 3, and 4 are complete. We're at step 5, seeking your approval of this. If the board approves it, I believe Georgia Power and their contractor are ready to start work next week. And the delivery schedule for this is to have it complete by the end of March of next year.
Well, Mr. Chairman, move to approve the Fayette Beautification Project Agreement with Georgia Power.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yes, I'd like to say something.
Okay.
First off, is there a representative from Georgia Power in the room?
Yes, there is. Yep.
Okay, could you please recognize those people, or? Okay.
Mr. Jeff Butterworth back there.
The first thing I want you to hear out of my mouth is thank you, but I am going to ask a few questions. But thank you, thank you, thank you. This looks like a wonderful project. I don't have concerns about it. I've just got some questions about it. Is the parking lot going to be a paved parking lot or a gravel parking lot?
Parking lot will be a gravel parking lot, and they'll have a paved sidewalk along a portion of the perimeter.
Okay. Can at least one of the spots be the wheelchair spot or the handicap spot that's paved? If you've got a gravel parking lot, somebody that uses a wheelchair or a walker or has some mobility type things, they just can't navigate a gravel parking lot. I don't care how big the gravel is, you can't do it. And so that would be one of the suggestions that I would make. It looks like a wonderful design. Almost all the path systems that we have that are on the ground are asphalt. And I believe at 8 foot, and this is a 12 foot, and I believe concrete. And so I don't know the particulars, because there's a sentence in here that talks about it'll be ADA compliant and stuff like that. I don't know if that's required or what or anything like that. And then I like the elevated portion. That looks like a wonderful experience. Peachtree City's got a nice one like that by the amphitheater that folks go. Theirs is, I think, a boarded one. I don't think it's a concrete one. I think there's probably more maintenance in the boarded one than there is a concrete one. I would suggest that we consider the width, but if 12 foot is 12 foot and that's the rule, then that's the rule. But I grew up in Peachtree City. I've been here for 50 years. Our pass system over there is asphalt. This is going to be the only that I know of that's going to be that wide, which is fine. It doesn't have to meet everything, but I like the asphalt. When trees grow, asphalt is a little bit more forgiving, I think, with the asphalt. Now, it puts humps in the asphalt. You go out in Peachtree City and try to ride a bike, you're going to get airborne if you're going very fast. But it doesn't break the way the concrete does over time. So I would say that. Now, I know that, we've gotten all the way through step 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's just going to be a vote later on. But I would certainly like, some of those things, because this one doesn't look like it's going to be connected anytime soon, but that doesn't mean that it won't be connected sometime soon. I assume, Charles, I hope that you're for this. I think that you've probably been beat up more than anybody else by some of the things that have been going on. And this is a nice thing. It's over 3 football fields lengthwise, going to snake around, and then if Phil shoots some fingers off of it, it looks like it'll be a really nice project to have out there. And so I want to close by saying, there's a saying, you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. And do you know why we say that? If you're buying a horse, you go to the horse and you open his mouth and you look at his teeth. You don't look at a gift horse. You've given us a gift horse. Thank you very much. Whoever we need to say thank you to, I would personally say thank you to him as well. And I'm sorry I looked a little bit at the gift horse in the mouth.
I don't think you did, Commissioner. Legitimate in terms of issues with our full access to all of our citizenry, elderly, young, talking about moving baby strollers and things of that nature over that. So I'm sure that's something that Phil and them can digest. Let me also recognize Georgia Power's significant contribution to this effort. Many of you all know we've talked over the years, and we have plans that have collected the proverbial dust about extending past all the way into unincorporated portions of the county, so I'm excited about this unique opportunity. And want to thank our leadership. Dennis, we're good in terms of all of the legal and this, that, and the other. It's not too late to make those modifications, particularly on parking lots, but some of the asphalt things of that nature, I don't know how far along we are down the path, trail. One of the things I want to know is, will the roundabout construction coincide with the path system? I don't want an extended period, desirably. Don't want an extended period. We'll do this first and then come back and do that. Is there any way to coordinate that scheduling to be kind of consistent?
I'm going to go out and say I don't think there's anybody in the county that wants that roundabout to happen faster than I do. As you know, we're in the acquisition stage. So we've done the best we can in terms of this project being coordinated to lock in place like a puzzle piece when the roundabout happens. But I think from a construction standpoint, this is going to happen in the next few months, and the roundabout is probably still several months away from even starting.
And I partly asked that it'd be nice because it would be continuity with construction in the area, and largely continuity because I look at some of the work that's happening, and we're paving roads, though trucks are still moving through there, and they've certainly have torn up quite a bit of our roads. And I don't know if we're scheduling them to coincide with that heavy construction in the area. And Jason, I'll challenge you and Steve on that, to take into consideration our scheduling when such heavy construction is happening in the area. Those roads are brand new. They're, compromised right now. So it's just pieces of the puzzle, if you will. And so those are my concerns related to the project. And again, I just want to recognize the significant contribution and the connectivity that we can begin to enjoy possibly in the northern tier of the county with so much going on in that corridor with Pinewood, Trilla, U.S. Soccer, and then the poles that are being erected in that community. So thank you, Mr. Chair, my colleagues. Those are my comments.
Just a couple of thoughts, Phil. You know, to have a couple of handicap accessible parking spaces, I mean, I'm sure Steve could take our paving machine out there and pave 2 or 3 parking spaces to make it ADA compatible, and so people that are in wheelchairs and walkers and whatnot could. So I wouldn't hold up the contract and the work when that can be an add-on at some point in time by our crews. I'm not telling you how that's the way I want you to do it. I'm just saying, just be creative with it, so we don't want to slow it down. So, any other comments?
No, I'm not an engineer, so I'm not going to comment.
I will just recognize, I think we're also, that I think that is a great comment and truthfully an oversight on our part, and whether we do it with Georgia Power or in-house, but we will get that handicapped area paved. That makes a lot of sense.
Very good. Thank you. Any other comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
So this is Debbie.
Thank you. The first item that I have this afternoon is item number 13, consideration of an annexation notification from the City of Fayetteville regarding a request to annex 9 parcels. That's parcel 070409, 048010, 046, 043, 042, 047, 040, and 041. This is what you probably also know as the Resurgence Medical Office Park. So the City of Fayetteville has received a Step 2 request for annexation of the above referenced parcels. The applicant proposes to rezone this property to PO Professional Office under the City of Fayetteville zoning ordinance. The current Fayette County zoning ordinance is OI, Office Institutional, and the county's future land use plan is designation is office. So the proposed land use and zoning under the City of Fayetteville are analogous to the county's office designation for future land use and the OI Office Institutional Zoning District with only minor differences. The proposed annexation would not create an island. Therefore, it is staff's opinion that this annexation request does not warrant an objection under OCGA 36-36-13. If you pull that map up, please. So it's located between Fayetteville and Peachtree City. You can see it outlined there. It's the pink parcels outlined in red. It's drawn that way because they've established some condominium ownership, so the outlines look a little odd. This is the county's future land use map, which shows all of that as office for the future land use map recommendation. This is the environmental map. There are some streams and wetlands and a pond toward the rear of the property. And then this just shows that it does have immediate adjacency to incorporated City of Fayetteville parcels. And it's a survey. Do you have any questions?
Questions from the group?
And I don't know if this is on us or not, but if approved and sanitary sewer is available, will the current occupants be forced, or you may not know the answer? Or if their system goes bad, they would have to tap into the available sanitary sewer?
They would have the opportunity, certainly, they would have the opportunity to do that, and environmental health is in support of the annexation specifically because that opportunity
that's what
would
I'm
resolve some
piggybacking off
septic
of,
issues
yeah.
on the property.
Yeah, but it's not mandatory that you know because it's city ordinance, but anyway.
Right.
Then more than likely, if it goes bad, they can stay on their current system.
I would think that if they're annexed into the city, they'll go onto the sewer system.
Correct. Any other questions or comments? So, in terms of action that we need to do we need to not object, or?
A motion not to object would be appropriate, just
Okay.
to have it for the record.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'll move not to object to the annexation notification from the City of Fayetteville for item number 13.
Do I have a second? So we got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you. Item number 14 is consideration of an annexation notification from the City of Fayetteville regarding a request to annex 4 parcels. Parcel 0704009, 0704014, 0704016, and 0704045, located at 1352 to 1374 Highway 54 West and at Lester Road, Fayetteville, Georgia, with a total of approximately 37 acres, located in Land Lot 8 of the 7th District and fronting on State Route 54 West and Lester Road. So the City of Fayetteville has received a Step 2 request for annexation for the above referenced properties. I apologize. The applicant proposes to rezone the property to PCD, Planned Community Development, under Fayetteville zoning ordinance. The current county zoning is AR, Agricultural Residential, and the county's future land use plan designation is office. The proposed land use and zoning under City of Fayetteville is significantly more intense than the county's future land use plan, with a much higher residential density. The annexation would also create an island of those parcels 0704, 039, 048, 010, 046, 043, 042, 047, 040, and 041. The property, the conceptual site plan indicates that the annexation and rezoning from AR to PCD would include the development of 315 residential units and 150,000 square feet of commercial and office use on the 37 acres. At 8.42 units per acre overall residential density, this proposal represents a 742% increase in density over that which would be allowed if it were developed under the county's low-density residential category, which is the predominant residential land use and zoning in the area. It is staff's opinion that the proposed annexation with the proposed zoning and development warrants an objection due to a significant change in zoning and land use, the substantial increase in density from approximately 37 homes to 315 homes, which represents a 742% increase, and due to the concomitant increase in infrastructure demands upon the county's transportation system and emergency services pursuant to OCGA 36-36-113.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to move to object to the annexation notification as contained in item 14.
Do I have a second? Comments, Dennis?
Mr. Chairman, I wanted to add to something that was provided in the report about the unincorporated island. Could you show that picture up, if you would, please? You can stop on any one of the...
Well, I had a specific... Can you take it?
Wherever you want to stop is good.
Okay.
That's good. Okay, all that in red that you're looking at with the green star, that's this annexation. Just to the right of the red, that's the annexation you just didn't object to. Now, everything around that annexation you didn't object to is all city limits. Typically, what happens in annexations is a petition is filed to include all those parcels under one annexation. That didn't happen here. They're two different annexations. You have to look at the petition based upon the facts and circumstances at the time of the filing of the petition. And as of that time, this second annexation creates an unincorporated island. Now, that's not an objection, that's just an illegal procedure. But I wanted to make sure the record reflected that, because this should have all been one annexation, because if something happens to that first annexation, a legal description goes bad, an owner changes his or her mind, and that doesn't go through, they've created an unincorporated island. I don't know what will happen. It'll probably go through okay. But I wanted the record to reflect that this was done in a way that's typically different from you see in general annexations.
Thanks, Dennis.
Comments from the board?
I just don't know that the city of Fayetteville's got any desire to limit the growth. I mean, to go 7-8 times what you could build here from 30 lots to 300 and some is, to me, is mind-boggling. And that that's all gonna be forced in a little bitty area because they're gonna put commercial there too. And so you're just gonna have a huge bottleneck problem. They've got at least two entrances or exits coming out on Highway 54 right after a major intersection with Veterans Parkway. I mean, it just looks like a disaster to me. And so I don't even know why it's in front of us. I know legally why it's in front of us, but I don't even know why it's in front of us.
Any other comments? I mean, all our planning for water demand, for schools, for everything we do in our county to keep it a great county to live in is based on the land use plan. The most important thing we have, in my opinion, is protecting the land use plan. Spending money is, of course, important, but really, we've got to vehemently object to this because it just is way over the line with it. In traffic, I mean, what is that going? You know, I'd rather have 37 homes going in there instead of 315 homes. You know, so I'm wholeheartedly opposed to this.
I won't belabor it, but and won't do this at the end of commissioner reports. I'm really hoping that as we move forward, Debbie, with our comprehensive plan review in 2026, that there's a wholesome relationship developed with our municipalities to really look collaboratively together about land use plan, potential annexations that are on the border, particularly close to sewer, which is just natural planning. For all of us to be at the table and protect that land use plan once we come up with our comprehensive review so that we can be, protect the integrity of our borders, if you will, and our community as a whole. And so I'm really putting pressure on staff, Jason, Steve, Debbie, to really reach out, if the olive branch, if you will, to our municipalities. I know there's some conversations that do take place, but I'm really asking them to be full-hearted participants in really planning out, because we're doing a lot of rezoning, a lot of activities in the area, and I think it'd be wise and it would behoove us to really look at this together instead of a hodgepodge approach that each of us, you know, somebody knocks on the door all of a sudden, says, I've got a wonderful idea for this project, and it really doesn't fit the character of our community. So I'm going to put that out there while we're dealing with this annexation issue, and challenge our team when we go to our review process to really work closely with our neighbors to create a land use map that, you know, mostly we can agree to and hopefully stick to as we go into the subsequent years. Those are my comments, Mr. Chair, my colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Other comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you. Item number 15 is consideration of an annexation notification from the town of Woolsey regarding a request to annex a portion of one parcel, parcel number 0442005. The annexed area is a total of 20.34 acres. It's located in Land Lot 215 of the 4th District and fronts on State Route 92 South. The town of Woolsey has received a request for annexation of the above referenced property, and the applicant proposes to rezone the property to RA Residential Agricultural under the town of Woolsey. The current Fayette County zoning is AR Agricultural Residential, and the county's future land use plan is Rural Residential 3, which allows 1 unit per 3 acres. So the proposed land use and zoning under the town of Woolsey as RA, which is analogous to the county's AR zoning with only minor differences. Therefore, the proposed zoning and land use is less intensive than that which is allowed under the county's future land use map and comprehensive plan. Most of this parcel is already annexed into the town of Woolsey, so this annexation simply incorporates the westernmost part of the same parcel. So there are no specific points of objection from the staff. So staff recommends no objection to this annexation.
Mr. Chairman, move to not object to the annexation notification from the town of Woolsey in item number 15.
Do I have a second? So, discussion?
Let me ask if this is appropriate, Dennis. I know engineering had some suggestions. Is it appropriate to include that in our objections, that they follow our standard, or just let it ride as is?
They'll take it for what that is, simply a suggestion. It's not any type of requirement.
Well, I may have read it wrong. I thought our IGA more than suggested. Am I wrong?
I'm sorry.
We have an IGA with them to follow certain standards or something. Did I read that, or am I on?
Well, I know you have an IGA
Right.
working with Woolsey,
Yeah.
but this is outside the IGA. This
Okay.
is annexation according to state law.
Thank
And
you.
there, once you provide no objection, you certainly can provide suggestions, but you can't provide requirements.
Any other comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie. Item 16, consideration of Board of Assessors' recommendation to deny. I should have.
Here she
known.
comes.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hey,
Good
Leanne.
afternoon.
I'm here to request denial of a request for refund by Ms. Melinda Harris for tax years 2023 and 2024. The basis for this denial is, first of all, she did not own the property on January 1st of 2023, therefore making her ineligible for a refund for that year. For 2024, the Board of Assessors matched her sale price for the property, and the adjustment to the value based on the lack of finish of the basement results in a higher value than the matched sale price anyway, so a refund is a moot point, basically.
Mr. Chairman, move to deny or approve the denial by the Board of Assessors recommendation of the tax refund.
I don't mind seconding it, but it looks like we got somebody.
Okay. Sure, we're going to second it for the point of discussion. What is your name, ma'am? Oh, you're Melinda Harris. Dennis, is it appropriate at this time to allow Ms. Harris to make comments?
Certainly you may do so. She was invited to probably by letter to let it would happen today, so
Okay.
it would be appropriate.
Sure. You can come forward.
Our office has reviewed this, correct?
Okay, hi everybody. I don't know too much about coming to meetings for my property, but I just bought the property in 2023, July the 4th. It was listed as I am paying taxes for a 4-bedroom home with a finished basement, and it was listed as a 3-bedroom home and it was not finished. It was not finished because the basement was, I guess someone finished it without getting a permit, so they came and stripped it back down to framing. So when I came to request the permit to finish the basement, they let me know that the basement was already filed as being finished, which it was not finished. The inspector came to my home and saw that the basement was not finished, and that's when I asked for a refund for the payments that I had paid in 2024, and of course we haven't paid for 2025 yet, but 2025 is over with, and now at the end of this month, and I am still paying taxes for a 4-bedroom home with a finished basement. So I still have a 3-bedroom home. When I finish my basement, it's still going to remain a 3-bedroom home with a finished basement. So I feel like I am entitled to some type of refund. No, it's not. It was already stripped down when I bought the home. When I bought the home, it was a 3-bedroom unfinished basement. It was not finished. When I went to the county to request permit to finish the basement, they let me know that the basement was listed as finished already. It's already finished. So I had to let them come to my home and inspect and see that it was not a finished basement there. It's just a 3-bedroom home. It's a ranch with an unfinished basement. And I was requesting to have it finished when they told me that they have on record that it's already finished. And I'm like, no, it's not finished. And it's not a 4-bedroom, it's a 3-bedroom.
So, but as I read this, you did not own the home as of January 1st, 2023.
No, I
So
owned it.
so that you're not entitled to a refund for a tax year in which you don't start the year as the homeowner. So 2023 is denied because of that, according to the
Okay.
letter.
What about 24?
And then the second, as I read the second part of this, your house, your assessed value is $431,000 for 2024. Is that correct, Leanne? The adjusted value, but the, but the, but the taxes were paid on 365.
Correct, because that's your statute at that point in time. We were required to,
Yeah.
at that point in time, Georgia statute.
Into the mic, Leanne.
So we got it recorded.
Georgia statute required us to match the sale price. So the $365,000 that was placed on the property
Right.
for 2024 was reflective of the
Of the sale
unfinished
price.
basement. Correct.
So the
Correct.
taxes paid for 2024 were on $365,000.
Correct, and our records have been corrected to indicate for those years that the basement was unfinished.
Right. So for tax year 2024, $365,000 reflects that. That's what the state required us to do.
Yes, sir.
It reflects that the house has an unfinished basement, 3 bedrooms.
Yes, sir.
So the tax value that was paid for 2024 is actually less than the revised assessed value could have been had we not left it at 365.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
That's
so then
correct.
no refund is due because taxes were paid on a lower assessment than it actually exists.
Correct.
And that's the reason for my move to deny the request for the refund. Thanks.
Thank you.
This has been internally reviewed and the Board of Assessors, the Board of,
Board of
Equalization. That's what.
Board of Assessors.
Board of Assessors.
Correct.
Does the applicant have the right to take it to the next steps? Obviously, they do, if there is next step.
The way this process works, Commissioner, is you are the final say from the decision to deny the tax refund request. Any further action would have to go to the Superior Court.
Right, she has that as an option.
That's
Okay.
correct.
Just wanted you to know what your next steps are.
I just don't understand if you guys are saying that it's a finished basement, but it
We're
never
not.
was finished.
That was not said. I said exactly that the $365,000 on which you paid property taxes in 2024 reflect the fact that it has an unfinished basement, and that the actual value you could have paid taxes on was about $60,000 more than that
Because of the sale price.
because of the
Correct.
sale price.
That's
It
right.
had to be matched according to State Bill 581.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Sorry.
So we have a motion and a second. Is any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Phil, you're back at it again.
Yes, sir. This is to seek board approval to award contract RFP 26031 to update the county's comprehensive transportation plan to the Gresham Smith team for a lump sum amount of $264,225.43, and part two to reallocate $24,226 to get that project fully funded.
Mr. Chairman, move to award RFP 26031-P to Gresham Smith.
Other comments? Or do I have a second? Thank you. Keep me in line, Dennis. Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Is any discussion, questions? Is everybody okay? Gresham Smith does a lot of good work, so I'm very comfortable with him. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Thank you, Phil.
If I
Min-
could, if I could make a comment, maybe?
Sure, absolutely.
We will be starting this project in earnest in January. If the commissioners know of any organizations or individuals who would be of value to serve on the stakeholder committee, please start sending me their names, and we'll be certain to incorporate them in the team.
Good,
thank you.
thank you. Staff reports. Jason?
Sure. Mr. Chairman, you have in your email inbox your usual report of your top projects. Those projects include the update on the construction of the recreation facility, the final touches on the Stars Mill Tunnel, and the Coastline Bridge, a couple of remaining items on the QTS traffic signal, and I believe a new project to the report is the Mark Lane culvert replacement. So those are in your inbox for your review. In your agenda, you've got copies of 3 task orders that were executed by the county manager. If you have any questions, please let me know, but they are, one is for engineering services for the development of the water tank for Highway 74. One was to initiate some resurfacing with the reclamant asphalt projects that you approved in a previous contract. And then the last one was to do some roadside tree pruning. So these were all authorized by the county manager. They're in your packet for your review. Additionally, if I could have just another minute or two, we recently put out a press release because Fayette County, following a comprehensive 5-year review from FEMA, has been elevated to a Class 5 rating with the National Flood Insurance Program, which in essence will allow Fayette County residents to qualify for a 25% discount on the National Flood Insurance Program. Rarely achieved at this level in the state of Georgia, so I think it would behoove us to congratulate the staff on their hard work and dedication to this. So we're all very proud of that, and the citizens can see a direct benefit for it. So I thought I would bring that to your attention. Another item of interest, our team has issued the first certificate of occupancy on a building for U.S. Soccer. It's their groundskeeping facility. So things are moving on schedule there. So we're happy to see that development come to fruition. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone that worked on the Pocket Park project. That came together pretty quickly. All of the folks from Georgia Power that lended their assistance and their guidance on that, so thank you to them. A huge thank you to our Public Works crew. They put together a really beautiful project very quickly in association with Fayette Forward, and one of the reasons why Mayor Dial was here today to celebrate the success of this project. So thank you to them. We got some assistance from the Development Authority. Thank you to them. And our county legal team, they turned this around super fast. So I really got to know them working through this process, and I appreciate their partnership. Dennis is laughing at me.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you, Dennis.
But super job on that. Thank you. Lastly, 2 more items. One, I would like to officially announce the winners of the holiday wreath contest.
I've been waiting for this.
One has a special place in my heart, and some of the folks in the room know why, which is 3rd place went to Finance. So congratulations to Finance for getting 3rd place. 2nd place was Building Safety. But I think we all need to congratulate the grand champion, the winner this year, the Assessor's Office. Probably the first time they've been the most popular group in the county. So, outstanding work. As I'm getting to know the team here, this type of stuff is great for team building, and these types of things, especially around the holidays, were great for me and helped me to get to know a lot of the folks. So I really appreciate the staff putting these things together. And then lastly, I just want to say from the county manager and myself, thank you to all the staff in the county. I know a lot of us will be off for a few days, enjoying Christmas, enjoying New Year's, but probably for 60+% of our team, they'll be working. So I want to recognize the folks that are out in the field that'll be out there on Christmas, that'll be out there on New Year's, making sure that we're safe, we're secure, that our roadways are clear. So while we're enjoying some time off, they'll probably be doing some double duty, so I want to recognize them as well. So, and that would conclude my comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Dennis?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I do have 3 items this evening for executive session, one for pending litigation, one threatened litigation, and the third is to review your executive session minutes from November 13th, 2025. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Commissioners' reports?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, just to echo everybody's comments about how grateful we are to Georgia Power especially for this pocket park and for being such great partners with us. And I also want to recognize the legal team, Dennis. You don't get kudos very often. And for the winners of the wreath contest back there at the tax assessor's office. Very good job, Leanne. And I want to wish all the staff and all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks. Nothing from they put out last week, the last meeting.
Mr. Chair, my colleagues, let me wish our team a very happy, safe, and prosperous holiday season. To our team that does an outstanding job. I've worked in municipal government and county government for quite some time, and we have a remarkably responsive team to our citizens, and I want to take a moment to recognize them and wish you all a happy holidays. I'm going to re-emphasize, I know I said it, I'm really asking a public plea because we've got so many organizations. I know they're trying to work collaboratively and coordinate. We've got Development Authority, we've got the Fayette Forward, we got the Chamber. Really want us to take an opportunity to create some synergy amongst ourselves. Our citizens are very frustrated right now in many respects about development that is happening in the area that seems all of a sudden come out of the blue. I think we have a unique opportunity if we commit ourselves to working collaboratively on our update of the comp plan, and that we collectively agree to try to stay with it as much as humanly possible once it's submitted and we all take part in it. You're right, Eric, I do attend a lot of community meetings. I get beat up a lot, but I think we have a unique opportunity. If we don't take advantage of it in this coming year, then we're doing ourselves and the community a disservice to demonstrate that it's all Fayette County, even though we function with the municipalities. Those are my comments, Mr. Chair, my colleagues. Happy holidays to our residents of this county. Thank you.
Eric, you got anything to say? Well, I like to say I certainly enjoy working with this group. My colleagues up here on the board, I think, and I tell people downtown at the ARC, I said, we in Fayette County, we're blessed in a lot of ways, but one of the number one ways we're blessed is we got 5 good guys up here that we don't always agree, but we get along and we communicate, and it's a brotherhood up here, and I for one appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I would also say that I love our staff. Some I love more than others, of course. I can't be impartial, but overall we get things done. And when the chips are down, you can count on our staff, and I really appreciate that. I really do. So I hope we all have a great Christmas. I know. Looking forward to it. The Hearn Christmas dinner is getting bigger and bigger every year because we have 5 grandkids now. So love that. Those times are really special and go by quickly. So do I have a motion to go in executive session?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, move to exit or to leave open session and move into executive session.
Do I have a second? We got a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Oh, I got something to show you. I don't know if I showed you this before. If I did, I apologize. But